collection book, we're working our way from the bottom. Collection book is basically, think of all of the schematics and heroes and defenders and survivors and everything. Think of them as cards, which is essentially what they look like. Think of them as cards. Your collection book is your collection of cards that you are putting away. That you are putting away, never to be used. And I say never. I never say never, because you can actually unslot stuff from the book. So if you had a level 87 Commando Spitfire, you could, like, you unslot, and it costs, I think, 50 V-Bucks, 20 V-Bucks. I think it probably depends on here, let's go to somebody that's a legendary unslot. No, 20 V-Bucks. It's probably more to unslot like a mythic or something. Do I have a mythic slotted? I don't think I have any mythics slotted. No, I have not. You can unslot it for some V-Bucks. Or you can also, for some things, you can also do recruit. And it uses training manuals and legendary flux or whatever flux level the person is. And you just basically make a new one. Heroes, they all stay the same as far as abilities and everything. They'll always have the same. But ranged and melee schematics, if you decide to do that, they will have different perks than what you originally did. And you can only do it for these core sort of things. You can't do it for any of these expansions or event ones. You can't do it for those, unfortunately. One of the neat things, though, is... So this Master Gunneer Ramirez is a mythic soldier. I do not have her. I can actually recruit her without ever having her. It does cost a lot, 250 legendary flux and 300 training manuals, but I can get her without having to go through all of the process of going through tons of llamas to get her, and just recruit her straight up. And I've thought about it to mostly just to complete my books, just so that the books can be complete, because I'm terrible like that. Look at this. I have so many legendary ninjas that aren't here. It's ridiculous. Same with Outlanders. I don't have a lot of Outlanders. Anyways, so the collection book, and what basically the reason that you do it is your collection book has its own XP bar, and you get XP, and you'll get different rewards. Like, you could get V-Bucks, you could get experience, you could get resources, bunch of different stuff for filling out your book. And like you can see, I'm level 160 right now, because I slot basically everything. Like, I don't use a lot of my ninjas, so I slot them without any problem. Most of my guns, like, all my guns. Check mark, check mark. There's a couple of pistols that I'm missing. No, just one. Just one now. Wow, really? The heavy auto pistol, the Thresher. Check mark on the sniper rifle. You'll notice it has the little one, like, even though it has a check mark. That means that I have something that I can slot that is of a higher level. So, like, for example, I have this 106 long arm enforcer. I already have a 21 in there, so I could slot this instead and get a little bit extra experience. I'm not going to do that because that's a waste. But that would essentially replace the one that's already in there. So it's just saying, hey, you have a higher one available. And the crystal ones are if you upgrade some of these to shadow shards, which I have not. Um, I would never waste the experience for that. So this is like ultimate sort of end game sort of thing. That you have so much experience that you're filling up these spots. Yeah, you'll see all my melee weapons are all filled up. Super simple. But that's the collection book.